Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you know me in real life, you know that I'm a huge career development, career services nerd, and I'm actually getting my master's in counseling right now, and I aspire to be a career counselor once I graduate in May. So I thought that I would bring a little bit of that career piece to my channel and bring you 5 different quick tips and tricks for resumes. If this video does well and you want to see more, I have a ton of things that I can share with you, but for today I'm going to keep it pretty simple and stick to 5 tips. So if you're interested in seeing what they are, then just keep watching and let's get into it. The first thing that I want to stress when you're making your resume is that it's not going to be the same generic resume for every job that you're applying for. That being said, whatever you're applying for, you need to tailor it for that position. Rather than sending everyone a document with everything you've done, you need to make sure that the most relevant experience to that position is at the top of the resume and vice versa. And sometimes you're going to have totally different resumes. So say I'm going for a career services position. I'm going to make sure that my internship in the Center for Life's Work or career services offices are at the top. And my other experiences, whether it's being an RA or what else did I do? Working at a daycare and food service even. That's going to be towards the bottom of the resume if it even stays on there. So the first thing to make sure you're doing is changing your resume to tailor it for whatever position you are applying for. The second tip for resumes that I'm going to talk about today is keeping your resume simple. Unless you're in graphic design or something like that, you don't want to have tons of colors going on and different boxes where you're putting things. You really want to keep it simple. Resumes are typically looked at by hiring people or HR people for about 7 to 13 seconds. So you want to make sure that when they look at it, they really focus on what you want them to focus on. So instead of being distracted with images or colors, you want to make sure your content is what's standing out. So simplicity is key is number 2. The third important thing to remember when you're doing your resume is that your bullets shouldn't just be tasks that you're doing every day. So say you're a secretary, you're not just going to write, sit at front desk and staple papers. These are cheesy examples because I don't know what positions everyone is in, but make sure you're telling a story through your bullets. If it's something you've been recognized for, if it's something special that, a special project that you got, if you can include numbers in those bullets, that's a really good idea. But you don't want to just say simply what you did. And if you can make it relevant to the position that you're applying for, which I could literally talk to you about that for hours, but I'll save that for a different video. But do that. Make sure your bullets aren't just tasks and you're actually going into detail, quantifying if you can, and making it relevant to that position. The fourth thing I have to say in regards to resume is have somebody else look at it. Yes, you're probably great with grammar and spelling and making sense, but when you're that close to something, you need to have somebody else's eyes look at it. Even myself who works in career services, I still always have somebody take a look at my resume, because if you're reading it over and over again, it's going to make sense to you. So you really want to make sure you're having somebody check it over, whether it's a friend, a parent, a professor. And if you're in college, utilize your career services office. They're there. It's usually 90% of the time free to go to get those services. So why not? It takes what, 10 to 20 minutes to have your resume looked at. So always make sure that your resume is being reviewed by someone else besides you. The fifth and final tip for this video is to save your resume as a PDF before you're applying to a position online. If you are applying through paper, which a lot of places don't do anymore, it's okay to just hand it to them. But if you're applying through email and you're emailing your resume and cover letter, or you're doing it through an online application system where you attach the file, make sure you're saving it as a PDF. All you have to do on Word is click Save As, and then there should be a drop-down bar where you can click PDF. The reason this is important to do is because when they're opening it on their computer, you don't know what Word they have, what computer they have, if they even have Word, and the formatting could get super messed up. You want your resume to look very nice that they don't have to like puzzle piece it together. So make sure you save it as a PDF so it's not getting messed up on their side. So those are 5 tips and tricks for your resume if you're applying to an internship or a job, whatever it may be. But let me know in the comments down below if you like these career focused videos, because I have hundreds of ideas of videos to put out there if you do. So make sure you give it a thumbs up if you do want more of this kind of content. Subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and I will see you in my next video. What do you have to say about resumes, Bramley? I would put that he's super cute and snuggly on his.